Hello, hello. Today's date, 1/19/2017. Or, 2018, yeah. All the shit that's going on today. Wow. This is the eye of the hand. The eye sees everything. Got a special little episode for you today. And I'm going to prove my point. Let me start off by showing you. Hello and welcome. Let me start off. This is going to be a very good episode, by the way. This is going to be the mind blower. Just waiting for a few more people to come up in here so that way I could do my thing. But this is going to involve the Apple Facilities Connection and the logo of Apple. It's going to be connected to what is out in Google Earth space, Google Earth sky, preferably near the Sirius. And I'm going to connect that Sirius star with the Pleiadian Council. Supposedly there is an alien race. They go by the name Pleiadians, and they are stationed out in Sirius, and they talk about their ship and guarding the Earth from incomers. And, well, I don't think they're going to let us leave neither, because the Bible told us we weren't allowed to leave. Now, these things are stationed all out in space, but I just want to show you something quickly. Now, I touched on a video the other day where this ring showed up on the Mimic map along with these weird anomalies. Now, this ring, I've measured this ring in size from point A to point B, and I've went on the Live Earthquakes map from this one piece right here that's Impossible Channel picked up. Now, this is, I believe this is down here in Australia. When he zooms out the picture, which I'm not going to do it right this second, I'm just going to explain a few things. I took this. I matched up the size of this to the size of this right here on this map. I matched them up perfect, length by length, width by width, length by length, and they match up. And what I did was I observed the size of this disc compared to the size of this disc. I measured the disc, did a cutout of the disc, and I brought it over to the area that this supposedly covers when it shows up on the weather anomalies map on radar for geoengineering or whatever. I noticed that it covers the very same portion to the T, very same portion on the map of the same size. So, I don't know, people. It's getting quite serious with these asteroids coming through. Is going to be pretty fucking devastating. Just to give you a heads up, they are coming, and they are going to get ready to come faster and faster. And that's what these Pleiadians also talk about. The things that yet to come. Real quick, I'll bring you over. I'm going to show you the video that I am talking about. Thank you for having patience. Anybody who watches me, thank you very much. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like what you see. But this is all about me proving myself. Well, not proving myself. I worded that wrong. It's proving the truth to the people who deserve and have the right to know. This information should not come with a price tag. I don't care who it is. And like another person said, us truth seekers aren't going to spend half our fucking time looking for we're not going to spend half of our time looking for information and then lie to you about it. That's not what we don't search and search and search just to lie. We don't have time for that shit. I believe this is it. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to bring this over here. You see what my computer does? All right, so Sirius, the dog star. Turn dog around. What do you got? You got God. God. The star of God. Okay? Now, we are in this area somewheres, right? Well, look at... All right. Sirius the star. I send a little extra light to where I can see it is needed. This is called higher self, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to show you something here. We're going to hit play on this. I'm going to move this over right here. Listen to what they say, but pay attention to what it looks like. They're on a ship. I got to plug in this microphone. Thank you for being patient, people. Well, that's not the right area. If my phone falls, it's because I accidentally bumped it, but I'm going to try to keep that from happening. I got to pause it, let it load. All right, now, ancientawakenings.org. Whoever these people are, they know something. All right? I'm going to call them people. I'm not going to call them aliens. But if you look here in the center, this is a cube. It's also a hexagon. But it's a cube. It's a cube. All right? So, let's play this. I want you to focus on it. Now, listen. Before I can do that, I guess I have to show you what matters. Let's show you the Apple symbol. Do you see this? Okay. We had one jump in and one jump off. Okay. I'm going to zoom this in for you. And I'm going to show you the Apple logo on this. See, this thing is acting really stupid, guys. Because they don't want me to be able to do any of this stuff. Alright? I'm going to show you the Apple logo right here. And then I'm going to show you the alien looking out of the window. You're going to love it. See, this thing is starting to act stupid because it knows that I'm doing this. I went to go do it last night, and it totally shitted on me. Like, it erased everything, froze, pixeled everything, zoomed it in too far. All right. Let's go to our Apple. See, I keep clicking all the wrong ones. See? Here we go. Here's your fucking Apple. Here's your Apple. All they did was turn the leaf facing this way. Okay? There's the Apple. Alright? Okay? Now we're going to do this. This is Apple's building. Let's click on this, for instance, because I'm going to show you something about this. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this in larger. Because, guys, this has a lot of significance. They're building these crafts right here on our planet as well. We're getting the technology from these beings that are out there. I don't know why this is bringing me to Business Insider. I didn't ask for that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to save image. We're just going to hit enter when it comes up. And then I'm going to click it. We're going to zoom in on it. I'm going to show you these pathways that they're building inside of this thing are ridiculous. And this computer takes so long, but hey, who the hell cares, right? Okay, let me hit enter. I've got a lot of stuff there. Let me bring this up. I'm going to open this up so we can zoom in on it. I'm going to make the screen smaller. I can't believe nobody is interested in really knowing about what's going on in the world. That's what blows me away. That's what blows me away, because I've gotten some weird ass messages on some of my. I got some weird ass comments on some of my things that have been deleted, telling me that they were alien beings, and that the research that we're doing is right, but we will be portrayed as wrong. All right, now let's bring this over here. This is just the beginning stage, guys. All right, they got a cover over this now. All right, but I'm gonna click shit. All right, I'll get rid of that. I'm gonna zoom out of here. I want you to look at all these runways here. I'm gonna bring you right here to where these two ships are coming in. These are two ships coming in from here. Okay, they're coming in from this point of location. Now there's another one over here, ladies and gentlemen, that is coming in to this one. You see it right here? It looks like the Eiffel Tower. These are their ships. Where do you think we got the Eiffel Tower concept from? We got it from them. We built this structures in their in their image. Everything that we've built here on this planet is in their image. I mean, and you can obviously see this thing is guiding itself to another entryway, and they seem to be piling up inside of here. This is what gets me, guys. This looks like an arm. This looks like a thumb. This looks like knuckles up top, and it looks like an arm, a forearm, and it looks like somebody's arm has been ripped off of them. Like, this thing is super huge, and it looks like the flesh has been ripped apart. I don't know. It's just, I just think it's a cool, fascinating observation. Now, are you ready to see what a UFO looks like inside of this vessel? You ready to have your mind blown? Let's get it. Right here in this teeny little spot, you would never know to look. Let's zoom in a little bit. Up, wait. I don't know if you're noticing these little black spots. These little black spots. Let's zoom in a little bit more. You see that little black spot? They're windows. Now I'm going to bring you to what is looking out of the window. Let's turn it. Do you see it now? Do you see it looking out at the earth? Do you see its mouth? It's got some sort of breathing apparatus in its mouth right here. Its nose is right here, its bridge. These beings, when they show up, you see the out source of the blue? Not like the in source of the white where they're lined. They're diamond lines like stars would shine. But they're gridded. Can you see that very clearly, guys? I mean, does this look like a joke? That is a very tiny window on a very large ship, guys. And they're telling us that this is a fucking reflection from the satellites out in space? I don't think so. There's a shit ton of these surrounding the planet. And I ain't got time to go and scroll and show you every other one. But there's some that are grayed out. There's some that are half appearing and half not. They're cloaking devices, but see, somehow, some way, these were caught. Well, I caught it like 2 years ago, but they're changing. They're changing because there wasn't two of them things in here. Now, if we zoom in, there's other spots here where they look out. Windows. And there's plenty of them. I could turn this thing multiple different ways. And they're all over the fucking place looking out the windows. But some of them are harder to see. This is the most compelling one that I've ever... But you would never see it. Most compelling one I've ever got my hands on. See? You don't see nothing around here. You see a little black window there. And we'll just take a little walk around. But I just showed you the apple. I just showed you the apple on the ship. Now I'm going to show you that this is the edge of it right here. Here's one edge. Here's another edge. And this is where it goes inward. This is where all the vents and windows would be. Now let me show you. Let me show you. That's the Apple building. Now let me back out of this and let me show you. Here's their runways. Once again, here's two of their ships right here. Here's the Apple logo that's upside down. I'm going to bring you back to that alien right now. Okay? So let's have a good look, because remember what I said. Very big ship, very small windows. This is a window, but it's not looking out of that one. It's looking out of this one. And I prove it right here. That right there, my friends, is a breathing apparatus in its mouth. This is its upper lip. You can see the dark shadow indentation of whatever the apparatus is that's around its mouth. You can see its eyes quite clearly with the little white centers. You see its forehead. Now, like I said, this image with the lines going through it, with the white lines crossing each other, making squares, those are pixels for an image of a being. There's no pixels around it. Okay? It just stretches around. This is a window. Light wraps around objects. Let's just get a closer look, shall we? What do you guys think about that? Let me turn my light off so we don't got no reflections here. Are you guys seeing it now? You see that? Little small alien head in a very small window on a very large ship. Let's go back to my Apple sign again. Oh, well, I could compare UFO pictures, alien pictures with that, and it would be fucking pretty much identical match. But my whole thing is that this little guy is a warship or a scout. Like I said, we get our Eiffel Tower design off of this. And it is heading to its entry point. Now over here, there are two other ones that had already came in. Now remember, these are still photos that Google Earth compiles and puts on there. They know it's there. They don't care. They don't give a fuck. But these are the two that are coming in, like the other one that's getting ready to. They, for some reason, meet in the hull. It's got to be huge. This whole thing has got to be huge. Here's your Apple. Let's turn it around. Come on. Let's turn it around. There's your Apple. All right. Let's zoom back out. Now I'm going to show you some shit here. Let's go here. Let's go back. Let's go there. All right. So we know we've got our Apple campus. All right. Now this is what it looks like with the lines in it. You see the lines? I mean, come on, guys. Come on, dude. Come on. They can't think we're that foolish, can they? Can they think we're that retarded? Really? No. Not possible, guys. Not possible. Now, we're getting an X-rayed image. All right? That's an X-rayed image. Now, let's do this. Like I said, huge UFO caught on That Impossible channel. And I hate this when this does this. Goes to the nice white screen and it takes a minute. And then it wants to act retarded. Because this computer is retarded only when I do a video. It doesn't act like this when I'm not doing a video. Oh, and I just hit the reset. It waits for me to click the reset and then it changes it on me. So that way I gotta wait even longer. This computer does that stupid shit because of the artificial intelligence. It's just meant to play stupid, like it doesn't work right. And I'm pretty sure that everybody else experiences those type of problems too. But people better prepare for these asteroids coming in. That's all I know. All right. Well, see this image. I'm gonna prove to you that image is one of these things. I mean, one of these things is the size of a quarter of a country. Then we got a fucking pretty big craft. But the geoengineering, you guys got to understand, there's like multiple purposes for that. It's not just to reflect the sun's light back up or hide planets that are coming in and meteors that are coming in. It's also, they have metals inside of that, like, you know, copper, barium, strontium, aluminum, you know, all these things that are in there that are conductors of electrical energy, when they're controlling the weather, they can also make these crafts visible. They don't want these crafts coming down our area. You ever notice that every single time in a movie, they portray aliens as being bad, invasioners? No, they're not. The Bible talks about them, and I proved it in Ezekiel that the Bible talks about the four rims with inside of themselves. Look at this. Once it gets there, then it wants to go to commercial.
Blockchain
See, look,
powered global marketplace for local businesses. Hundreds of thousands of small.
This is what it does to me. It makes it to where I gotta play games. And the reason why they do that is because if I have viewers, they want the viewers to just be like, oh, fuck this, I'm out of here. You know? That's what they do. Well, let's take a look at it. Let's let him zoom this out. Because I'm going to go to the earthquakes map when he zooms that out.
This is James with the Impossible Channel.
Let's just...
By the way,
okay.
if you want to send over.
Okay. You see the size of this thing, guys? All right. Let me pull up, because this is where it's going to get real. You see the size of that land, right? All right. I'll play this in a minute. Actually, no, I'll play it now because it's very vital. It goes with this. Remember I said, Sirius. Sirius. All right, we come from the constellation of Sirius. I don't know. They come from the constellation of Sirius. Now, let's just take a look at that and then listen to what it's got to say. Listen to this. This is mind-blowing. And look at the view that they have to the Earth. It would be the very same view that they have in this thing. And listen to what they say. See, it's fully loaded, guys, but yet it wants to do the skip. And I hate this thing.
I am Ashtar. I come to be with you at this time, in this
Look at the
moment,
structure.
to bring you certain news. News that is forthcoming across the planet. News that we, those of us in the ships, have been aware of for some time. We have been expecting, working toward this moment of freedom. This moment of freedom for the planet, for all of those of you on the planet. Yes, there are those moments where strife still continues, where fear still arises, just as it did recently. But also, just as we have been saying for some time now, there is no reason to fear, for fear is not real. Fear is only a part of this illusionary process. It is only as real as you make it, as real as your programming has made it over the many lifetimes. But know that everything is in control. Those of us, those of the Pleiadian fleets, we all have control over this situation at this point.
That's right, they do.
Not to the point where we interfere with your free will, but to the point where we can intercept anything that comes to the planet
Free
from
will.
outside, or even that is sent from another part of the planet that has fearful ramifications with it.
Did you hear that? All right, now, guys. I don't know if you guys been hearing or seeing about these meteors that have been coming into the atmosphere over Michigan, but Wrap the News exposed 2 missiles blowing it up. He proved it. And also, there was another source which looked like a beam, a laser beam, maybe from one of our satellites, which is bolted to the dome because we can't leave the dome. The only ones that are going in and out are the ones with that technology, period. You must open up a dimension to get out. That's it. There's no physical leave. But you heard what that thing just said. Protecting the Earth from anything coming to it or coming out. Now, these things have been blowing up these meteors before they hit the land because we're getting ready to pass through the tail of that Planet X. People don't realize that that thing is already going by us as we speak, like literally. Like, people could say it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. No, it's already here. I don't know how many people have showed these huge, giant planetoids in our skies. Huge, huge. So big to where when you look up, you can't even tell that it's there because it covers so much of the sky unless you look for the edges of the thing. People aren't looking for it. And I believe that it's so close to us that its clouds that it has, the red iron oxide clouds, are actually coming into our atmosphere and mixing with our clouds as it passes by. So we still have yet for the red dust to fall. But anyways, I know what I'm pretty much going to do on my next video that I make. I will be remaking this video on my next one. I'll be starting it off with this video first and this image showing Google Earth space. All right. So that'll be my whole goal there. You know what I'm saying? So let's go over. I'm going to pull up this other one now. I'm going to prove that this vessel that's been caught on here is the same size as on the map. So I go here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to click earthquakes map. We're going to bring it a little bit closer. We're going to bring that landmass up on the earthquakes map. Okay? And I'm going to prove it to you right here and right now. And then I'm going to show you the other more anomalies on the Mimic map. That's going to show that little ring that starts to form, the outline of the little ring. And there's been a lot of people catching this. They don't realize that their videos are in common with each other. That's the worst thing you can ever have happen to you, is be so caught up in yourself that you don't listen to what other people are posting to put the connection between yours and their stuff. Now, I don't know, man, but you guys see we got some shit going on in Mexico, man. Some 6.5, 6.1, 6.3, 4.5s. We got some shit waking up in Alaska. That thing in Mexico that they're saying was a meteor. Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on that. I'm saying that was the lava swallowing up the ground. Because a meteor wouldn't have made a perfect hole like that and just left it black inside. It would have singed everything around it too. So I'm saying that the volcano underneath the Earth's crust, the lava's eating holes and the stuff is coming down and the heat is singeing and burning because it's so hot. They already say, you know. I don't know if you guys seen it. Poor girl, man. Poor Chinese looking girl or Asian girl. I watched the video. It's the saddest video I've ever seen in my entire life. The girl standing on the rock at the volcano where all the lava is, and she's looking. She lost her fucking footing. She lost her fucking footing and she slipped and she started sliding down the rock. That rock is super smooth. There was no saving her. It took all of about 30 seconds for her to slide down in. The lava washed up at the same time like a wave, and poof, she was a fucking vapor dust cloud. I mean, guys, that, I don't know about you, but that would turn my fucking stomach. That would make me so sick to my stomach. I'd puke. I would puke. God, I don't know how I would react to it. You know, it's sad, guys. Fucking really sad. All right, guys. Here is Australia. This is our matchup right here. Okay? Bam. Okay? Now what I have to do is I have to come over here to the more anomalies map. Because I'm going to show you a size comparison. Okay? For this, I'm going to take a piece of paper. And I'm going to show you what I do. I hate this, see? They all want to throw up a Wix.com commercial. Every single site. And then it doesn't play. See? I hate this. Who's with me on this? Who hates this shit too? You know? If it wasn't for people, if it wasn't for the human race, and just the care and compassion that I have, I wouldn't be doing this shit. I wouldn't even touch the fucking computer. I got rid of my cell phone.
This is Dalboot 7. Wanted to point out some more anomalies here.
We're going to watch something real quick. I just want to show you something.
This time,
forget that circle.
Is pretty much
all right, we're going to pause that. I want you to notice something because maybe we'll do a little moving around on Google Earth and try to find where these anomalies are coming from, because it's, you know, the pattern of this is straight line of dots right here, nothing beyond it, all within. They all kind of look like they're swirling in, like they're being pulled into this little circle, like, and the edge comes here and out to here and keeps going back. So it's coming down to Antarctica, somewheres in the waters of Antarctica, or it's coming from the air. Now, to me, they're colored dots. One of them's orange up here in the area of light blue dots surrounding it. That looks like a hot and cold signature that they're smashing together to create another superstorm on the coast, the East Coast again. And it takes a while. Everybody knows this shit doesn't just happen right away. It takes a little while. But with this push right here, I'm going to show you guys this right here. With this little push, this little ribbon push, I believe that it is right here. This is pushing the Arctic air down. And this is pushing the hot air up, creating the combined combustion. But right here is where we're looking to discover. We're looking to get that perfect line. Here it is. You see that half circle right here? This is going to complete my circle. See? It goes all the way around right here. Now, these grid lays, these square grid lays, gives me a point A to point B. Well, guess what? Here's my point A to point B. You guys are seeing this? This line comes up to here. That completes a half. So I take this, and we're right here, okay? So now we know that's how wide this thing is. That's how wide it would be. It completes a full circle, okay? It's not hard. It's not hard to do this. Now, what I'm going to do... Oh, you got to be kidding me. You see what I'm saying, guys? This only happens when I'm trying to do things. Just to me. Nobody else. Nobody else has got this privilege of things falling over on me. Like the devil's in love with me or something. I don't see. Nothing stays here because I don't have the right equipment. Everything I had got stolen or, you know, destroyed or left behind, and people don't want to send me my stuff back. You know, I pretty much have lost everything I had, except for my own life. So let's get back into it. And yet I'm still on this fucking channel doing this thing for people. I don't know why. All right, see the size of the United States. All right, we want to go over here to this earthquakes map now because I don't want to get rid of this image. I want to be able to size this earthquakes map up to the same size as the United States, and then I can go over and pull Australia up. So, number one, this whole thing likes to keep freezing. You know, I'm ready to give up, guys. I'm totally ready to give it up. All right, there we are. Size comparison, right? Now, the object, if we measure the distance from California to Hawaii, the circle was right there next to Hawaii. It was right there. Okay? Now let's just bring you over here. Take a look. Take a look. All right, we're going to measure now the distance from here to that crack. That's how far away it is. Let's measure the distance from here to that crack. Look at that. Identical lineup. Okay, so now we know we got the same sizes going on, right? So now we know that's the size of our bubble, right? So let's come over here. Let's do this. We're going to click this one back. We're going to increase it just a little bit here to match the size. Okay. Now we're going to bring... Alright, so now we know it's the same size as the Mimic map. We're going to bring this guy's huge UFO back up because we know it's the same size as this one. It should fucking very well be. It should very well be, that's all I know. Pretty damn close. Pretty damn close. But let's take a look at something here. Pretty fucking much there, guys. You see that crack? Yeah, they do that. They delete my posts. Good to hear from you. So let's just go and show you something. So now I'm going to match this piece up with this piece. We obviously see it's the same damn size. Just a little bit bigger, maybe. Okay, you see the size difference? So if I bring it in, now you guys remember this is from this one. Okay? This is the size of this anomaly that I'm going to compare it with this one, and it's going to be exactly the same size in the area. Watch. Number one, they like to fucking do this resetting thing like every single second. I hate it. All right. So there's our size. Okay. Now we come over here. And we put that little tiny one that I just showed you. Now, notice this crack. Notice this crack. Notice the gap. See that? Now, if I make this the same size, this object is the very same size object that's there. Remember, from that first line over, guys, from this first line over, that's how much of an area it covers. See? See? And now, just to show you, this line comes down to this crack. This line comes to here. Let's take a look. Let's bring it over. This line down to this crack. This line comes directly up to the edge of where that round circle is. So now we know that whatever this is the very same thing that this is in a different part of the country. And whatever these are, we know for a fact that it belongs to this guy. Right here. Here it is. Here it is. Now, there's one vessel coming in. I just... real quick recap because I'm going to be doing a new video probably a little bit later. But as we see, it's coming in upon entry. As we see here, there are already two of them here. Here's your apple. Let's just bring that up a little closer for you. Once again, real quick recap. Yeah, brother, this is some pretty fucking deep. I mean, deep. Look. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Look. Here's pictures of the apples. I don't know. People don't like to watch my video. You put UFO or alien on there, and they don't want to watch it. They don't give a fuck about it. You know, you put Planet X, half the people want it. You put... oh my God, it's the end. And everybody wants to see it. He put down something nice was done for the homeless today. $1 million is donated. They don't give a fuck. They only care about death and destruction. That's what they were programmed to know. All right, so here's your apple. Here's your apple. Here's your fucking apple. That's awfully fucked up. So now we know Apple technology from Apple's cute little fucking... here, let's just do this. I'm going to show you what Apple's agenda is. Bing, bing, bing! Apple has gotten their technology from the fallen ones, but these ones ain't the fallen ones. The fallen ones that have the information are giving us information to build pretty much identical structures. You know, they look like walkways. Let's not get it twisted. It looks like a building when you're inside of it. Let's not get it twisted. But what they're doing is they're I'm going to show you the rest of the fucking pictures. Because what they're doing is they're creating a spaceship. And they're leaving the center open. I don't know why. So Odie Odin, man, what's new? What's new, brother? What's new? Now we see our resemblance here. I mean, there's just so much, guys. There's so much for people to understand. These beings are here to try to help. They're not here to fuck us over, you know. But let's listen to this again, and I want you guys to literally, let me bring this up. All right. Now remember, I said these beings are saying that they're from the star system out in Siri. Well, this happens to be next to Siri. And when you start Google Earth Space, it happens to come up Siri. Right in the first thing that comes up. But what they say and what you see now, if you notice, there's an edge. There's an edge to all this. Real quick, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to click back over here. I want to show you the edge. Just so you guys have a good understanding of what I'm talking about here. Alright, because what I'm going to show you has everything to do with this little alien looking out the window. And this thing zooms in for 1.5 million miles. Alright, you see this edge? You see this edge right here? And then it looks all darkened because that's the shadow. It actually indents in here and then pops back out here. And this is our little alien guy right here. I'll show him again in a second. But let's not forget about this edge. I'll zoom it out. You guys can see that edge. And I'll bring back up this. And I want you guys to just think about the Apple facility. And why did it just do that? Okay. And I want you guys to take a look at the windows now. Watch the edge. Imagine the center in between these two edges indented like this ship right here. Pay attention to this because this is very important. They tell you they're out there in space protecting us.
I come to be with you at this time, in this moment, to bring you certain news. News that is forthcoming across the planet. News that we, those of us in the ships, have been aware of for some time. We have been expecting, working toward this moment of freedom.
Structure.
This moment of freedom for the planet, for all of those of you on the planet. Yes.
That attains to us,
where
guys.
strife still continues, where fear still arises, just as it did recently. But also just as we have been saying for some time now, there is no reason to fear, for fear is not real. Fear is only a part of this illusionary process. It is only as real as you make it, as real as your programming has made it over the many lifetimes.
Your programming,
but
get it?
know that everything is in control. Those of us, those of the Pleiadian fleets, we all have control over this situation at this point. Not to the point where we interfere with your free will, but to the point where we can intercept anything that comes to the planet from outside, or even that is sent from another part of the planet that has fearful ramifications with it. For this will not be allowed, just as it is not being allowed at this time. And those that still attempt to work with these old ways, these old paradigm ways of bringing fear, of bringing catastrophes, of bringing chaos, they now are beginning to realize more and more that their time is over, their days are numbered. Many of them at this point are beginning to turn back toward the light. Because when faced with the choice of coming back to the light or being consumed by the light, you can imagine what they would mostly choose. But there are those that are yet stubborn that hold off. That is their choice. That is their free will. And we will not interfere with their free will, just as we will not interfere with yours. But know this, that all is coming together, all is in the process now of completion. You will begin to see
Bible's
more
almost
evidence
complete.
of this. Those of you that require proof,
And I'm going
Those
to prove
on the
it.
planet's population that require proof will be receiving it more and more now. Those of you that already believe will now begin to see more and more of all that you have been creating up until this time. For you, each one of you are creating the new golden age every moment in front of you.
Golden
With
age
every
is in the
single
Bible.
thought that you have, you are creating the new earth. You are creating your new existence here on a
New heaven, new
planet.
earth. It's in the Bible.
Many of you long for those times when you can find yourselves here with us in these ships, and will reunite once again with those of your families, of your brothers and sisters.
God made a house in
The
heaven,
thought of the
not made
oneness
by
that
human
you are
hands.
all the
Remember that.
oneness.
It's
I
in the
am
Bible.
Ashtar. I leave you now, but will be back shortly, for there are many things that are about to transpose. All of my peace be with you.
Now, what he's saying about all of everything is about to be transposed. Everything that he's saying is straight out of the Bible, guys. Now, let me show you what I did, because this ought to be fun for you guys. You guys might like this. Now, the reason why I'm going to redo this video is because this is a small computer screen, and I can only fit so many windows on a small computer screen. Well, I'm going to put it on a 32-inch, and I'm going to be able to pull up everything so I can point out all of its connections and all it, so that way everything can be seen. I don't got to be switching back and forth. The presentations I like to do, I really like to do a practice run, like we would do. You know, you would do a practice essay, a rough draft, and you let everybody see it. Let everybody see your naturalness. This is what it's about. It's about us being natural, us being real. And we're not here editing our videos. My phone fell. Do you see me editing anything? I'm not editing it. If I swear, I swear. I think everybody has, you know, issues with something. We're not all perfect. God said we're not perfect, so don't try to be. But I'm going to show you what I've been working on. It's pretty large scale here. I just don't want you guys misled. And I feel that this character I Spy that's going after these demon entity looking things in photos from Richie from Boston, he's awfully caught up on it. But dude, there's none of that shit is in Richie from Boston's videos. I've researched Richie from Boston's videos. There's no ghost images. The guy is implanting shit inside of the editor, and he's purposely fucking doing it. So he's a piece of shit from my, you know. All right. I'm going to open it up, and you guys are going to see what I've been working on. This is one of my masterpieces. This is just one of my masterpieces. This is where I take, and I mean take, every... Oh, you stupid. Now what is this? Pardon self, guys, but it doesn't seem to want to work. Like nothing. Please work. I'm getting sick and tired of this thing. Alright. This is it. If it's going to work. Thank you. See what I mean? It freezes and interlocks everything together. I mean, maybe it's because I got everything all loaded up at the same time. But I gotta have this stuff loaded up, because if I don't, and I don't do a video on it, then I gotta research and find all this shit again, and it takes me like an hour just to fucking remember where it is. You know. For some reason, this computer usually runs good if I'm not doing a live video. If I'm not doing a video, it runs good. But look, it's frozen. Okay, here it comes. Okay, guys. Ezekiel. Who remembers Ezekiel? Okay. Now, people are getting images and videos of these huge disc-shaped clouds that seem to span the mass of a countryside, the edge of a countryside. Now, I'm just going to scroll through and show you. Each one of these is a Bible verse, except for the red and yellow. Those are definitions for what the Bible verse means. I have pretty much put everything together, verse for verse. I still have to piece these verses together. 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. There's a couple of verses in between up above that I have to complete. But I'll go through this with you real fast. I really wasn't going to show anybody this, but I figured, hell, there's only 2 of you on here right now. So, this is what makes sense. See, people don't understand. They understand when you show them. Some people will say, oh, that's bullshit. That's fake. Fake news, because Trump started that shit. Well, let me tell you something. Unless you showed somebody how to ride a bike, they don't know how to ride a bike or even know what the fuck it is unless they see it, right? So, my whole point is that it's like that What the Fuck Files. I don't know if anybody's seen that when it first starts off. And the guy goes, what the fuck does WTF mean? And the guy says, what the fuck? And he says, WTF. And the other guy goes, what the fuck does WTF mean? And then the guy in the bathroom stall door falls. And he goes, what the fuck? And then the guy goes, oh yeah, that's right. Like, it's right in front of your face. You don't know what it means, but you're saying it. That's how difficult and simple it is all at the same time. You see, it's right in front of our faces, but it's so close that we don't see it. That's how close that planet is. What we think we're looking at for blue sky is not our blue sky. Not our red sky. None of that. All right, so Ezekiel 1:4. I looked and I saw a windstorm coming out of the north. An immense cloud with flashing lightning and surrounded by brilliant light. The center of the fire looked like glowing metal. What the fuck does that look like? What does that look like right there? Looks like all glowing metal around here. Let me show you. Let me get my my pencil. Let me make it red. What the fuck just happened here? I want a pencil. Pencil. Why is it not working? I hate this computer. I hate it with a passion. So anyways, we see the brilliant metal. We see this brilliant metal right here. We see the lightning, whatever. All right. Ezekiel 1:6. Each of them had 4 faces and 4 wings. I didn't fill that in yet because I need to keep that out for right now. It's actually on the body of the planes, and I show what I mean by the 4 faces on the 4 wings. Their legs were straight. Their feet were like those of a calf and gleamed like varnished bronze. Ezekiel 1:7. Well, like feet of calves. You know, you ever see a calf's foot? It's got the split. And you ever see, that's what the landing gear looks like. All right? So these are just examples to show people what I'm talking about. Ezekiel 1:8, under their wings, on their 4 sides, they had human hands. All 4 of them had faces and wings. Well, the human hands were the rockets. There were 5 rockets on each side underneath. And it actually looked like the shape of a hand, because the thumb rocket on the outer edge was further away from the 4 that were on the inner edge of each wing. But I didn't put that picture in there yet. And their wings of one another, of one, and the wings of one touched the wings of another. It didn't say that one plane's wings touched the wings of another plane. Not at all. People aren't listening. That's the problem with people. They have all the answers. They can't be wrong, and if you prove them wrong, they'll kill you or put you in prison for the rest of your life. And the wings of one touched the wings of the other. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See this? But look, these 2 are 1, and these 2 are 1. But see, this whole surface is 1. All right? It's all on how you look at it. Each one went straight ahead. They did not turn as they moved. No. Have you ever seen a plane go like this? No. It has to fly straight as it's going. And it's got to fly straight as it turns. It can't do any of that other shit. All right? Here we go. Ezekiel 1:10. This is probably one of my best ones. Their faces looked like this. Each of the four had the face of a human being. Here it is, right here. Here's the face of the human being inside. And on the right side of each had the face of a lion. And on the left side of the face an ox. Each also had the face of an eagle. It didn't say where the eagle was, right? Look at the eagle. You guys don't see that? Look at that eagle right there. Eagle, right here. Right here. It's right on the wing. Okay? Here we go. This is probably the most compelling one right here. Ezekiel 1:11. Such were their faces. They each had two wings spread out upward. Two wings spread out upward. Two wings spread out upward. Each wing touched that of the creature on either side, and each had two other wings covering its body. So here is the alien UFO, and here's their wings that stretches up to it. It's in between the two sets. Here's the wings right here that stretch out flat that it talks about, two other wings covering its body. Here's the two other wings right here. It didn't say this one and this one on each side. It's not what it said. It didn't say this one and this one. No, it said two sets of wings. 1, 2, covering its body. These point upward. Real quick, sorry it's going for so long, but this is going to be the best one right here. All right, I didn't do the one with Ezekiel 1:12 where it says each one went straight ahead. Wherever the spirit would go, they would go without turning as they went. Well, the spirit, I actually got to pull it up. Rap the News put it on, I believe. I'm not quite sure. But there was a person in Russia driving down the road, snow, probably about 2 weeks ago. Spotted some orb-looking structure, flashing different colors out in a field full of snow, out in the middle of nowheres. When the guy zoomed in on it, it looked like a very large extraterrestrial being the size of a house standing inside of the bubble in the center of it. Now, the bubble itself was probably the size of a huge 3-story building. But what was noticed on the video that the guy took was there were images being displayed on the inside of the sphere. Words, pictures, missiles. You could see all these things like as if it was sitting there and it was checking out our history to see what type of people we were. It was running through the history. But you could pretty much see through it. It was translucent, and you could see the image of the being the whole time while the images were flashing. Okay? So those are the spirits of the beings. When you see that gold orb, the vessel will move with them. They can leave and still, And also, the man is considered the spirit of the man, too. So, okay, this is the best one I think I have. Ezekiel 1:13. The appearance of the living creatures was like burning coals of fire or like torches. Fire moved back and forth among the creatures. It was bright and lightning flashed out of it. All right. I highlighted living in yellow and creatures in red. Here's the definition. Living. 1. Having life. Being alive. Not dead. Living persons. In actual existence or use. Living languages, which is another example. Active or thriving, vigorous, strong, a living faith, could be a living faith. Burning or glowing as a coal, number 4. Number 4. You guys just read what I just read, like burning coals of fire. Let's come down here. See this? Now what we do is I click that. Right? And then I come down here and I click this one right here. And then I click that one. And this is how we do that. You see that? So now we don't need to go any further. Now the red is definition of creature. 1. Something created either animate or inanimate, such as a lower animal, especially a farm animal, a human being, a being of anomalous or uncertain aspect or nature, creatures of fantasy. One that is the surveil dependent or tool of another instrument. Okay. It says, fire moved back and forth among the creatures. It said they were in the wheel. Okay. Each one went straight ahead. Wherever the spirit would go, they would go without turning as they went. It's because the creature and the ship go together. They're a tool. Now, the way they drive these extraterrestrial vessels is through mind interface. As long as they have that helmet on them, no matter where they go, that ship will always be right there. It's like a drone with the wristwatch. Wherever you go, you could be river rafting and the drone follows you behind you and stays with you. Where do you think we got our technology from? It's all right there. Okay, now, the creatures sped back and forth like flashes of lightning, which they do. We see it all the time. I didn't do 14 or 15 of Ezekiel, but I did do 16. There was the appearance and structure of the wheels. This was the appearance and structure of the wheels. They sparkled like topaz, and all four looked alike. Each appeared to be made like a wheel intersecting a wheel. Okay. Definition of topaz. A mineral that is essentially a silicate. Did you hear that? Like silicone? A silicate? Kind of like the androids or our technology that the computer boards are made of? Yeah, you got it. Silicate of aluminum and unusual occurs in orthorhombic, translucent or transparent crystals, or in white translucent masses. All right. B, a usual yellow to brownish yellow transparent mineral topaz used as a gem. Yellow sapphire, a yellow quartz. All right. Number B, letter B, a usual yellow to brownish yellow transparent mineral. Here. Or here. Topaz, in its natural state, is golden brown to yellow. As seen above. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, brother. See you later. I'm about to end this video anyways, because I'm getting tired. But let me, I'm just going to turn this around and I'm going to finish up the rest of this video that I was doing here. So as we've seen, I gave the definition for that. Here's your glowing metal. Here's your discs within inside of themselves. You know, just so many things, you know. Well, guys, you have a good night. And God bless you all. God be with you. You see the meteors coming in, just make sure you're prepared to go. In Jesus Christ's name, amen.